Very excited to talk to our next guest. Coming on up, Triller is going to be doing something really, really cool. They got a series starting up at the MSG Theater, and Michael the Bounty Hunter is going to be headlining their first card coming up on August 3rd. You guys can watch this on Triller on Fight TV. Michael, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
What's going on? Yeah, man, I'm excited to do this interview and knock these questions out.
Yeah, man. Well, it's great to have you. So we were excited to see you down here in South Florida. You were supposed to be on the Cambosis versus Lopez card, but is it cool that this has turned into an opportunity? Yeah, that was going to be a big time card. People were excited about that, and you were the co-main event. But now this is your own show. Like, that's got to be pretty cool. You're on the start of a new series. That's got to get you pretty excited.
Absolutely, absolutely. These are the things that I kind of plot and planned on. For Triller to open the door and me to be one of the first people to have my foot in there, I thought was a great opportunity for me to, ride the wave. And that's what's been happening. I've been getting more opportunities now that the fact that, I'm the main event. It's in Madison Square, they got some extra features on around the whole show. I think that it's going to be perfect for me to get more opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So these are the type of windows and doors that I've always wanted to open.
I know in boxing you probably get used to dealing with the unexpected. It is crazy of a sport as it is, but what was it like being in the midst of fight week? You guys are there. I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday when we all get the news that the fight card is scrapped. What was your process of dealing with all of that? Like, did you need to go take a couple weeks to decompress to ramp back up? Did you just keep in camp the whole time? How did you deal with that?
Physically, my coaches kind of tapered me down a little bit because of, the peaking phases and stuff like that. So I wasn't able to, work and go hard right away. But my energy was there. I wanted to, continue as hard as I could, but they said you have to taper down and then come back up. So that's what we did. But as far as my energy, my emotions and stuff, it was good. I mean, this is something that, when you're coming from where I've come from, the way I've had to do my career, this stuff is happens and it's already in my plans. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't too shocking or surprising for me. Obviously, everybody was, a little, shocked and, appalled. But I think that, it just goes with the territory.
Was there anything you did differently in the lead up to this fight because of how that fight ended? Like COVID, so unpredictable. I know down here in South Florida, we're much more willy-nilly. We're more open, so we're doing things which I like. It's more relaxed and all that type of stuff. But did you find yourself having to be more cautious because that kind of just got dropped out of nowhere? Like, did it make you do anything different?
Yes, and then absolutely, we had to be a little more cautious for the training because Tio was in Vegas, and then we got Tyson Fury in their camp. They were also in Vegas, so it seemed like there was something going on in there. That's where I'm from. That's where I train out of. We definitely had to be a lot more cautious, and like you said, we want to be willy nilly, and but when it comes to our money and all that, and everybody's trying to get paid. You have to take extra precautions to get that checked, and that's what we got to do. So, yeah, we definitely made the gyms a little more private, sanitized them a little more than usual for the month that we were in camp.
I saw you train down here in Delray Beach a little bit. What brought you to training in South Florida? Was that just because the fight was down here in Miami?
Yeah. One of my coaches, Gary Clark, lives down here, and he goes to that gym. He trains fighters out of that gym, so it was an easy transition. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling right at home. I did my actually when I fought Usyk, I did a camp out in Florida. That was one of my first times doing the camp, so it was kind of just the old familiar scenes and stuff like that, and Yeah, the fight was out here. The climate is a lot different. I mean, the fight was out in Florida. The climate's a lot different from Vegas to Florida. And, I usually like to get out if it's a drastic change. I like to get out there and let my body take some type of adjustments to the acclimation. So, which was good. I really felt like I was at a real perfect peaking time at that point. I still feel like I'm in great shape, but it's just been a little bit trickier to abstain your the total package of everything. We already had everything planned. I've already had paid, sparring partners and all that, and all in the budget. So we had to kind of refinance and revamp some things. But we're definitely going to get the job done.
We're talking to Michael the Bounty Hunter. You guys can watch him August 3rd, Fight TV and on Trillers. They're starting up their fight series. They're doing it from the Madison Square Garden Hulu Theater, and this is the first start of a series. Michael Hunter is going to be main eventing, so you guys can catch him there. And so, Mike, are you curious? You've been in there with Usyk before when you guys were at cruiserweight. He just it's just announced that he's going to be fighting Anthony Joshua. Are you curious to see how that goes? Like, does that interest you at all to see kind of what the ultimate test is of a guy who went from cruiser to heavyweight against Anthony Joshua, or is it all about you? Like, you don't think it's going to pay any stock or pay any mind as far as that's concerned?
Yeah, nah. Either way, I'm gonna have to fight probably both those guys at some point. Usyk fight is definitely not too far in my radar. You know what I'm saying? So, just because of the revenge. But yeah, I don't really know. I've told everybody that I don't really think the fight's still going to happen. But it looks like it's going to go through. But we'll see. I think that, if no matter what the winner, it doesn't matter to me, because I still have to kind of do what I have to do to get to these certain fights. You know what I'm saying? There'll be a lot of things, moving parts if Joshua loses, and if he wins, there'll still be a lot of things that need to be in play. I know they'll probably be pushing for the Tyson Fury fight. So we don't never really know how the terrain is going to go, but that's why I just try to stay consistent and stay to the law.
Why didn't you think, or why don't you think the fight was going to happen between Usyk and AJ?
I just think that's really actually a bad fight for Anthony. I just don't think that that's a really good fight. I think people are basing it off of Usyk's not looking so good in his last performance, and then Anthony Joshua looking better, and with the Pulev fight. But I just they're English fans. England, they love they're big supporters of their people. I just think that would be a bad fight when it comes to boxing. I think Joe Joyce would have had more of a competition for Usyk than Anthony Joshua.
I don't want to use the term frustration, because I don't always want to make fighters feel like they're disgruntled about stuff, but when you have big goals of being heavyweight champion of the world, and you have these big names, and it feels like they're all kind of mapped out, oh, these guys are going to fight 2021, 22. How do you deal with that, Michael? As a guy who wants to knock on the door, we've seen this kind of like with Dillian White and guys who just want to kind of get into the game for the title, and it feels like it's kind of amongst three guys right now. How do you handle that with your career, with it being amongst the same three guys over the last maybe 4 years or so?
Yeah, it is frustrating because I've been in the ring with all these guys. I've had experiences, and they all know me, you know what I'm saying? And they know what I'm capable of. And it is very hard coming from a boxer. But as you start moving into the boxing, then you start noticing that this is more of a business. And, that will, once you have a little bit of knowledge into that, it'll settle you a little bit more, because that, it's not personal. You know what I'm saying? These guys are just, doing what's good for them. It's personal for them, So I think that I just had to get on the business wave and kind of force it. It's really, it's unfortunate that it is like how it is. And we have the promoters who dictate the situations instead of the fighters. Because I think if it was that case, then fighters would fight a lot more. But I think that, yeah, it's not really a fair. The fighters don't really get a fair shake when it comes to that. But yeah, I just got to keep knocking and knocking and knocking. I feel like I've done this since the start of my career anyway. So this is nothing new to me.
And before we get you out of here, man, you guys can watch Michael Hunter fight on August 3rd on Triller. They're starting up their fight series on Fight TV and on Triller. You guys can catch them coming out of the Hulu Madison Square Garden Theater. Tell me about the Predator mask, man. How did you come up with this this entrance? This is one of the most badass entrances I've seen in boxing. The Predator head. Where the hell do you find a Predator head, and where did this come from?
Yeah, I got them custom made. It cost me a pretty penny, but I missed some of the wardrobe on actually at that fight. But the theme behind it is the bounty hunter theme. Predator was a bounty hunter. We have a couple of other more bounty hunters that we would like to come out to. So that was one of them that I just had picked. I felt like that was going to be, that was a good one to get out. And, my brother is also a fighter, Keith, the bounty hunter. And, and my dad is the one who started this whole thing. He used to come out with the handkerchief. And this is before they even, had showmanship in boxing, you know what I'm saying? That he used to come out with the cowboy hat and the scarf over his face, and that old school Western, old duster, bounty hunter look. So we've just, it's 2020, so we're just trying to put different spin on the bounty hunters. That's all.
Well, I love it, man. We're looking forward to your show coming up August 3rd. You go watch Michael Hunter fight, and we're looking forward to watching the rest of the journey, man. Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.